Hello there. I'm Louis Caduti, and I'm excited today to share with you my perspective on the character trait perseverance. So, I chose this character trait because it's really one of my favorite things to discuss within my classroom and on my sports teams as a coach. And so, these are just some main ideas to introduce the topic and kind of how I feel about the topic as of right now. I've always felt that any task worth accomplishing, or I'm sorry, any task worth finishing, is difficult to accomplish. I feel like this is true. Anything in my life that I'm proud of, that I can say, oh, I've achieved such and such, has come with great challenge, and so I believe in this. I also believe that life is full of these types of challenges and these types of hurdles and journeys and barriers that need to be overcome. And the other day, I just share a quote here at the bottom, or not a quote, but an idea at the bottom where it says, being great is hard work. The other day, I was talking with a student in my classroom, and I was asking the particular student, I said, look, why don't you want to be great? Why are you not putting in the work that it takes? Because you have the potential to be great. And the student said to me, because being great is hard work. And yes, that's true. But we have to be able to work through the challenges if we're going to reach that level of greatness. So my definition of perseverance is pretty simple and straightforward. It's just the ability to keep going when things get tough. How much can we take in the face of challenge and keep moving forward in order to accomplish our goal or move towards our objective? So I have two Bible verses there that are some of my favorites, Galatians 6:9, and then my life verse, Jeremiah 29:11. It's actually a picture of my wallet. My mother got that for me as a birthday gift, and it's pretty neat. I've carried it around for years now. And then down in the corner, I have a note that my wife wrote to me when I was getting ready to face some challenges that I wasn't sure how the outcome was going to be determined. And I was kind of lacking in a little bit of confidence. So, again, it's something that I carry around in my wallet with me just to remind me, myself, every day that I just need to believe and I need to persevere and I need to keep moving. So I chose two examples that were a little more subtle. I didn't want to choose like ones that were popular or very well known examples of perseverance that we see in the real world. Tara Westover's story is really neat. If you don't know who Tara Westover is, she is a New York Times bestselling author at this point. Educated, her a memoir is her personal memoir of her life on how she became educated, and it's an outstanding story, an outstanding book to read. Tara Westover was raised basically in isolation in Idaho on a farm, and did not start school until she was 17 years old. She possessed this kind of desire to become educated, didn't really know how to do it, and then just decided one day she was going to go ahead and pursue an education and become educated. So her perseverance helped her earn the Gates Cambridge Scholarship, which was a full ride scholarship to Cambridge University to pursue her degree. And then she also earned a PhD from Trinity College and became a best-selling author. So that's Tara Westover. And then George Washington Carver. I really like George Washington Carver's story. He's been dubbed the Peanut Man. Here's a guy who was born into slavery, bought and sold. He and his mother bought and sold to slave traders, and became estranged from his mother, so to speak, in a way, and kind of had to fight his way through in order to earn an education as an African American, a former slave. And so he put himself through school, learning these trades of cooking, gardening, that sort of thing. And he used those trades to earn himself some money. And then he became the first African American to earn a Bachelor's of Science degree in the United States, which is pretty incredible. Again, a great story of perseverance here. He's kind of well known for inventing a way to replenish depleted soil nutrients through planting peanuts and other nitrogen fixing plants. That's kind of what he did. That's why he's the peanut man. He used peanuts for almost everything and became, one of the most famous kind of, I guess, inventors slash gardeners out there. But a great story of perseverance. So in coaching, these are things we already understand. I love this picture right here. It's a windy road, hilly road, and coaching's tough. There are long seasons. You have difficult players sometimes, and then you also have the parental involvement piece of coaching. So I'm just going to talk briefly about those three layers in athletics. So the long haul, the long season, coaching is a huge time commitment. People on the outside do not understand the amount of hours that we put into our jobs. No one but coaches can relate to that sort of thing. It's not just showing up to practice 5 times a week or whatever it is, and then showing up to a game and doing whatever it is that we have to do for the game. No, there are hours that go on behind the scenes. There's all the extra stuff that you have to deal with. It's a roller coaster of emotions. It's up and down, as you already know. You feel every loss for every player, not just for yourself. And with that, you also get the elation of victory. So I guess there's the upside there. And then coaching takes an extraordinary amount of energy. It's in addition to your other duties. If you are a teacher coach like myself, I have many hats that I wear within my district, and coaching is just one of them. It takes a lot of extra energy that I sometimes, would like to spend at other places, but I don't. I choose to engage in this because I love what I do. So in that, those are the challenges with the long season that require us to persevere through. Difficult players. This is really tough, especially on my team. I teach in a low income district. I deal with a lot of ladies who have a lot of things going on outside that we cannot control. Okay, and outside factors. And I encourage them every day to try and fight through those challenging moments, to maintain their focus on the team and not individualize, everything from their performance to their day to whatever it is that they're bringing to the game or day that bringing to the game or practice during that particular day. So I always tell them no one individual should jeopardize the integrity of our program. No, it's a team effort. We all fight together, and we do that by reinforcing our belief and loving one another, and that's really important to me. So I love this this quote by Brown in his book, Teaching Character Through Sport. It's one of my favorite quotes from early on in the book there on page 25. And it says, "This is your chance to work on and demonstrate your poise, or you can sit down. Your choice." This is an outstanding quote with dealing with a challenging player. You present them with a chance to work on their poise, or either just sit there for a while and think about your choices. And that's kind of the thing. Are you going to be able to persevere? Are you going to be able to work through your challenges? Parents, two types of parents really that I deal with primarily. That's I deal with the non-involved parent and the parent coach. Uh, some districts deal with what's called the over-involved parent, and that's the one where my kid's everything. I have the next Tom Brady, and without them, your team is nothing. And that can be a challenge for a coach. You have to be able to fight through that sort of situation. You have to be able to establish a relationship that's good enough and healthy enough that you can have some of those more difficult conversations. The non-involved parent, that's more what I deal with on my side, where, I have parents who don't ever show up to anything at all. I never see them. I can never get a hold of them. And I have to kind of, fill that role in addition to being a coach for my kids. And then everybody has that one parent that sits behind the bench that talks just loud enough that you can hear all of their opinions and thoughts on everything that you're doing throughout the game. And if, without perseverance, we're not able to, again, fight through the barrier. So despite our challenges in life, it's all about moving forward. It's all about fighting. It's all about doing what we have to do to reach our goal or to achieve whatever it is at the end of our current challenge. So 2 quotes here that I really like, one by Helen Keller. Pretty much everyone understands Helen Keller's story, born into a pretty bad situation, and she made the most of her life. It was a wonderful life from what I read about. And I like what she says here. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. And this is so true to me. Every step of the way, we are going on this adventure of life. And when we aren't, and we have nothing to engage in or nothing to strive towards, then we really don't have any meaning. And so we have to keep going. We have to keep moving. And then Albert Einstein says, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." I use this a lot with my classes. I teach high school math, and I try to tell kids, your perseverance will be rewarded. Stick with the problem. Keep fighting through. Try something different. If you get stuck, pick a different avenue that will help you overcome whatever your current obstacle is. Perseverance in my program, from my coaching standpoint, resiliency is my number one core value. And so this is the resiliency part of the team handbook that I hand out to them. I'm not going to read you this whole thing here, but this is kind of the statement that I type up in the handbooks that the ladies will sign. And this is how we want to approach being resilient or persevering through tough areas. And really here at the bottom where I say there is no growth without struggle, I say that all the time. We can't grow as people, we can't grow as players if we're not struggling in a way. Okay, that growth, that failure is what helps us become better in the end. And if we can overcome our challenges through perseverance, the better off we will be. So this is again a continuation of that same block of instruction that I give in the team handbook. And at the end there, I say it's often true the teams who experience the most success are those who are most resilient in facing adversity. If you can fight through, you're going to experience success. If you can stay together, if you can love one another and help each other persevere, success is going to happen. It's a byproduct of that perseverance piece. Because of time constraints, I can't share with you the entire Rocky Balboa video here that I have linked, but you can click on the link and go watch it. This is a really nice video. It's a really smart piece of cinema. Rocky's talking to his son about perseverance, and he's really just going to tell him about how, hey, look, life is mean, and there are things that are going to happen in your life that are going to keep you down. And if you can't rise up and keep moving forward, you're never going to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. So give it a watch. It's great. I think this is one of the best pieces of cinema that I can remember, a motivational speech where a father is speaking directly to his son, which makes it even more meaningful. So in conclusion, perseverance, it's never giving up, right? It's breaking through that brick wall that's there in the picture. It's achieving growth through struggle, accepting the challenge and doing it anyway, okay? And then breaking through, like I said, breaking through the barrier there. That is what perseverance is to me. And it's important in my life. It's been important my entire way through my life. And I try to incorporate that into my lessons, into my coaching, into my teaching in the classroom. As long as we model perseverance, our players will understand that we're willing to fight and care for them every single day. Love, fight, and care for them every single day. And they will jump on board. It's a beautiful thing when it happens. And again, I'm really excited that I got a chance to share all this with you. Some vulnerable moments in there, but that's okay. I feel pretty good about it. And so I used a bunch of references here. And on the last slide, of course, I will link my presentation video here so everyone can see it on YouTube, those people that are interested in watching it. So I appreciate your time and your consideration, and I hope you enjoyed my perspective on perseverance.